Have you ever poured your heart into a relationship, only to feel a hollow emptiness creeping in? You give your time, your energy, and your undivided presence. You sacrifice, you bend, you strive to be the rock, the unwavering pillar that supports the weight of the connection. Yet, something feels off. The reciprocation you expect, not out of neediness, but out of basic human respect, remains absent. You find yourself questioning, am I not enough, or is there more to this than meets the eye? Gentlemen, you are not alone. Even the strongest men who know their worth, who walk with purpose and self-respect, have felt this sting. And that's the harsh truth: when someone truly values you, they make it known. Not through grand, fleeting gestures, but through the small, consistent actions that make you feel seen, respected, and valued. This is not about seeking validation from the outside world. A high-value man, a man like you, understands that worth is found within. It is not given by others, it is discovered through your own journey, your own struggles, and your own triumphs. But even the strongest oak cannot thrive in toxic soil. Relationships, at their core, are built on mutual respect, connection, and growth. When you find yourself facing behaviors that undermine these principles, it's time to pause and reflect. It's time to recognize that you deserve more. Today, we'll explore 5 behaviors that reveal when someone does not see your value. These behaviors may seem subtle at first, but they speak volumes. And if you notice them in your life, take them as signals, as reminders that self-worth means knowing when to walk away from what does not serve you. Welcome, warriors, to Stoic Monarch, where we draw from the ancient wisdom of Stoicism to forge resilience and strength in your modern life. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and tap that notification bell, because here, we're building something far more than just a community, we're building an empire of strong, resilient men. Now, let's dive in. Alright, warriors, let's dive into the first behavior that reveals when someone doesn't value you: she doesn't make time. Time. It's the most precious gift we have. No matter how much wealth or power someone possesses, they cannot buy back a single moment. In the chaotic hustle of modern life, it's easy to say we're busy. But here's the hard truth: people make time for what truly matters to them. If she constantly claims to be too busy or always has an excuse ready every time you try to connect, it goes beyond a full calendar. It's a message. And it's one you cannot afford to ignore. When someone values you, they create space in their life for you. They don't sidestep plans, leave your invitations hanging, or find ways to avoid meaningful connection. Their actions speak louder than any words. Think about this: Marcus Aurelius, a great Roman emperor and one of the wisest Stoics to walk this earth, ruled over an entire empire, facing constant threats and unimaginable pressures. Yet he made time for what mattered, for rituals that grounded him, for conversations that fueled his purpose. If someone as burdened as an emperor could prioritize what he valued, what does it say when someone in your life can't make time for you? So, take a hard look at her actions. Is she constantly distant, too occupied for a quick call, never available for genuine quality time? Ask yourself, are you truly a part of her life, or merely someone she keeps on the periphery? A woman who values you will carve out moments to connect, not out of obligation, but because she genuinely wants to. She'll find ways to be present, to hear about your victories, your struggles, your everyday life. Because time is a reflection of respect and care. Without it, what remains is a hollow shell of what a relationship should be. Warriors, your time and energy are valuable. Don't waste them on someone who doesn't recognize that. In a world where time is fleeting, you deserve someone who chooses to share theirs with you. Now, let's move on to the second behavior that reveals when someone doesn't truly value you: your efforts go unnoticed. Effort in any relationship is not just about grand gestures or big sacrifices. It's about the small, meaningful acts that show your commitment, respect, and care for another person. When you go out of your way to make her feel special, whether it's a simple act of thoughtfulness, listening deeply, or creating moments of joy, and all you get in return is indifference or dismissal, it's a red flag that cannot be ignored. Appreciation is a cornerstone of any strong relationship. It's not merely about saying, "Thank you," it's about acknowledging the effort, seeing the thought behind each action, and responding with gratitude and respect. But if your gestures consistently go unnoticed, or worse, are met with criticism or apathy, it's time to reassess. A lack of recognition in this way is more than just a lack of appreciation, it's a sign that she doesn't value what you bring to the table. Many men fall into a dangerous trap here. They believe that if they just give more effort, more time, more sacrifice, eventually, she'll notice. Eventually, she'll care. But warriors, I'm here to tell you this hard truth: giving more will not make someone value you if they haven't from the beginning. You cannot earn genuine appreciation from someone who does not want to see your worth. As the Roman statesman Marcus Tullius Cicero once said, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues but the parent of all others. When someone cannot even muster a simple expression of gratitude for what you do, it reveals a lack of virtue and, more importantly, a lack of value she places on you. Remember, your efforts are precious. They reflect your integrity, your values, and your commitment. If she can't recognize and reciprocate those efforts, it's time to ask yourself why you continue to invest so much in a one-sided dynamic. True value is recognized, cherished, and reciprocated. If she doesn't respect the time and energy you pour into her, take a step back and reclaim those efforts for yourself. The third behavior that signals a lack of true value in a relationship is this: she shows zero emotional investment. Emotional investment is the heartbeat of any meaningful relationship. It's what turns mere interactions into genuine bonds and shared moments into memories that matter. When someone values you, they naturally engage with you on an emotional level, they listen deeply, share openly, and connect authentically. But when you notice that she avoids deep conversations, keeps everything at a surface level, or never shows genuine interest in your dreams, struggles, or ambitions, it's a clear signal that her heart isn't in it. Some men rationalize this behavior. Maybe she's just taking her time to open up, they tell themselves. Maybe she's not the expressive type. But warriors, let's be real. If every conversation feels like an interview or a transactional exchange, it's not a matter of being closed off. It's detachment. And you cannot force someone to connect on a level they're unwilling to reach. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus often emphasized that meaningful relationships are built on mutual understanding and a shared sense of purpose. When someone truly values you, they care about your feelings, not out of obligation, but out of genuine interest. They want to know what makes you tick, what drives you forward, and what keeps you up at night. They offer comfort when you're down, celebrate with you when you're up, and are curious about the journey you're on. If she continuously shies away from meaningful connection, if every attempt to share deeper emotions is met with deflection or indifference, ask yourself how long you're willing to wait. Emotional investment isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Without it, there's no real connection, no intimacy, no true bond, only shallow, surface-level interactions. Warriors, you deserve more than a transactional relationship. Emotional energy is not infinite, and pouring it into someone who doesn't reciprocate will only leave you drained. A woman who values you will engage with you, not just out of convenience, but out of genuine desire to know and support you. Don't settle for less than that. The fourth behavior that reveals she doesn't value you is this: there is a gap in respect. Respect is non-negotiable. It is the bedrock upon which all meaningful and lasting relationships are built. When a woman truly values you, it shows in how she treats your opinions, your goals, and your presence. But if she's quick to dismiss your views, belittles your ambitions, or even subtly chips away at your confidence with sarcastic remarks or condescending behavior, it's a clear sign that respect is missing. Respect isn't about agreeing with everything you say or do. In fact, healthy disagreements can strengthen a relationship when they're handled with mutual understanding and maturity. But when every disagreement turns into an opportunity for her to undermine you, question your intelligence, or make you feel small, that's a red flag. Disrespect often starts small, a cutting remark here, an eye roll there, but over time, these small slights add up, slowly eroding your sense of self-worth. Think of the great Stoic philosopher and Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Despite holding immense power and responsibility, he treated even the most humble of his people with respect and honor. His leadership was rooted in the recognition of worth, no matter one's status. Similarly, a woman who values you will show it through her respect, not just in the easy moments, but especially in times of tension and conflict. Warriors, respect isn't about avoiding confrontation or disagreement. It's about how she treats you when you stand on different sides of an issue. Does she listen? Does she engage thoughtfully? Or does she belittle, dismiss, and turn every discussion into a power struggle? A woman who values you will respect who you are, even when she doesn't see eye to eye with you. If you find yourself in a dynamic where your opinions are constantly dismissed or your dreams are laughed at, it's time to take a hard look at what you're accepting. Disrespect, whether subtle or overt, eats away at the foundation of any relationship. You deserve to be in a space where your voice is heard, your ambitions are supported, and your worth is honored. Anything less is not worth your time or energy. Finally, warriors, let's discuss the fifth and perhaps one of the most telling behaviors: she doesn't support you in times of need. Life is unpredictable. There will always be moments of struggle, hardship, and challenge. In those moments, the people who truly value us stand by our side, offering support, comfort, and strength when we need it most. When a woman genuinely values you, she becomes your ally, your partner, someone who walks with you through the storms of life. But if she's nowhere to be found when things get tough, if she turns away when you need a hand, or if her presence vanishes at the first sign of trouble, it's a powerful indicator that her commitment to you is shallow. It's easy to be present during the good times, the celebrations, the laughter, the effortless moments of joy. But true value and commitment reveal themselves in adversity. When you're facing setbacks, whether personal, professional, or emotional, a partner who values you will make an effort to be there. She doesn't need to have all the answers, but her willingness to stand with you speaks volumes. Conversely, if her support is conditional, sporadic, or altogether absent, it's a red flag that cannot be ignored. Stoic philosophy teaches us to cultivate resilience and inner strength, but it also reminds us that humans are social beings, interdependent and connected. Marcus Aurelius, despite being an emperor, relied on the counsel and support of those around him, knowing that even the strongest cannot face everything alone. If she distances herself during your low moments, if she's quick to disappear when life gets challenging, she isn't just avoiding difficulty, she's showing you that her commitment is only skin deep. Warriors, you deserve a partner who will be there when the road gets rough, who will offer a word of encouragement, a listening ear, or simply a reassuring presence. When someone truly values you, they don't walk away when things get hard. They walk closer. If she doesn't, then it's time to question whether you're investing your energy into someone who only shows up for the highlights but disappears for the hardships. Your value isn't determined by how easy it is to be with you during the good times. It's defined by who stands beside you when you're fighting your battles. You are worthy of someone who values and supports you, not just when the sun is shining but when the storm clouds gather. Warriors, we've walked through the 5 key behaviors that reveal when someone doesn't truly value you. These are not just small signs to brush aside, they're signals that speak to the core of your worth, your respect, and the boundaries you set in your life. To recap, a lack of time, unrecognized efforts, no emotional investment, a gap in respect, and an absence of support during tough times. Each of these behaviors on its own is significant, but together, they paint a picture of someone who is unwilling or unable to meet you on equal terms in a relationship. As a high-value man, you must see these signs not as wounds to your ego, but as opportunities for growth, self-reflection, and ultimately, self-respect. Stoic philosophy teaches us to understand our own worth, to cultivate resilience, and to never place our value solely in the hands of others. You are not here to be tolerated or taken for granted. You are here to build meaningful connections that uplift and challenge you to be better. Recognizing these behaviors isn't about resentment or blame. It's about clarity and strength, about making choices that honor who you are and what you deserve. Remember, warriors, your worth is intrinsic. It does not depend on who validates you or who chooses to walk away. It is defined by your own sense of purpose, your own integrity, and your unwavering commitment to living a life of meaning. Do not settle for anything less than what you deserve. You deserve someone who values your time, respects your efforts, invests emotionally, supports you in moments of need, and treats you with the dignity you command. If you found yourself nodding along today, recognizing these signs in your own life, take it as a moment of awakening. You have the power to choose differently, to demand more, and to walk away from what does not serve your growth and happiness. Stand firm in who you are. Set your boundaries high. Live your life with purpose and integrity, and only allow those who reflect and respect that same value to walk beside you. Thank you for being here, for engaging, and for standing with me on this journey of self-awareness and strength. If this resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Remember to subscribe and continue building yourself as the strong, resilient warrior you are meant to be.